I'm really not digging how they're doing things now in this new system. It's more a pain in the butt than anything. So it shows the stream and everything in play. But it's just weird how the chat is actually being done. Anyway, it's going to pop this baby out. So I'll have that on a separate screen. Yep, there it came back in my broadcasting software. So good to go. So if anybody does chime in, I will see your comments now as well. So anyway, this is the Petrus Aged Pale. It does come in 11.2% bottle from Belgium. Whoops. I was trying to do something real quick. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I can get something to work that's not working. So anyway, suppose I have this Nightbot doing something. It does jack for me. Again, 11.2, 7.3 ABV. It is oak aged in oak fetters, 100% fetter beer. The sour scale, they rate it a 5 out of 5. On the backside, nothing really too much outside of your basic information here on the beer. Basically telling you who was brewed and bottled by, which I'm not going to pronounce that name, out of Belgium, and imported through Massachusetts as well. And then your standard government warning. So let's go ahead and get this baby into a glass, see what it has to offer. And as many of you know, I do like my Belgian ales. As far as the cost of the beer, just so you can see, that was actually $4.99 for the cost of this beer here. So it is an import. Got a good amount of cannon smoke that came out. For this one, I'm actually using a Stanga glass, which hopefully open up a little bit more of the sour aroma. And sit that there in case anybody comes in late, wants to know what I'm drinking. So big shout out to all my Belgian friends that watch the channel. So you're looking at the beer, pretty much a 3-finger head that sits just off white. You got somewhat of a chill haze on the bottle. I did let this sit out for about 15 minutes or so. Get a good amount of tartness coming out. I get a nice aroma from the yeast. Has kind of that sour appeal to it, like a now and later type feel. But you can definitely pick up the bitter in place here, the tartness. It's going to have a little bit of a sting to it on the tart bite, I believe. But for what I would expect to get, pretty decent. Hey, Beerhound Beer Reviews, cheers, bro, from OC Cali. Yeah, nice. Thanks for swinging by. Just doing a quick little taste of the Petrus Aged Ale before I break out some other beers over on Daddy Porter's channel for the broadcast at 9. I keep saying 9 Eastern. 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Hello, Vanessa. How are you? Cheers. Yeah, that's got a pretty big sour bite to it. Nice bit of tartness. But it's smooth on the back end. It goes down. You get it more in the front on the initial. You definitely feel it in the throat. More of definitely an acquired taste. Drewski Brewski, cheers, bud. What's going on, my friend? Get a little bit of a wetness there in the cheek area, which is nice with this one. Super astringency in play with the acidity. Not leaving much on the back end as far as an overall feel, as far as anything to clean up on the palate. It's got a little bit of a, let's take a medicine type feel, but it's kind of more of a pungent type feel in that regard. I mean, it's kind of different. Almost has like a Alka-Seltzer feel on the swallow. I would definitely say this is a beer for an acquired taste. And as much as I like some of the sours, this one is a little bit too much for me for what I would want to have for one. I'll be able to finish this with no problem, of course, but I'm not a huge fan of kind of that. I guess you could say like, I say Alka-Seltzer, but like whatever that type of feel is, where you kind of feel that medicine-y feel in the throat from the beer. You get the yeastiness of it, with the Belgian type style. You're used to getting that big yeast feel out of the beer, so you definitely get that here as well. It's got a little bit of that oaky feel from the oak fodder. You get a little bit of a woodiness in here. You do have a little bit of an earthiness to the beer as well. Definitely kind of like gives you a feel like if you were kind of like out in the woods somewhere, like in the Netherlands or something. You kind of pick up some of that from this type of beer. If I had to imagine where you would be drinking something like this at, you definitely pick that up. Although I've never been to the Netherlands, it's just from what I've seen on TV and video. I could just imagine this will be something you would pick up as you're out along the countryside. Is it worth the $4.99 for this one? For me, I would say it's not worth $4.99, but it's always good to have a different experience. And when you import beers, you're going to pay a little bit more, but you got to try out different styles to see if you like them. This one isn't one that actually knocked me back or won me over in any way. I would probably, when I do untap later for a personal type feel on this one here, I'm looking at more of a 3 out of 5. It's definitely got a nice quality to it, but it's just not something for my personal taste that I would want to drink again. But hey, if you're into some of these acidic and astringent type sours, you like that earthy type feel, you're okay with kind of a little bit of that seltzery type feel in there as well, as it relates to kind of a Alka-Seltzer type quality, this might be a beer for you. I know I made that sound really attractive. Anyway, that is the Petrus Age Ale. And actually, it does go down rather easily. It's just, like I said, more an acquired taste. Maybe something I'll come back to some other time later on as years pass. But for me right now, solid beer, just not one of my favorites. So if you've had this one, let me know what you thought of it. Put some comments in the comments section. And love to hear any feedback you may have had with this, especially from some of the guys on here that are over in the Netherlands and the Belgian area. Thanks for swinging by to check out another video. If you like what you saw, remember to hit that like button. And of course, remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Speaking of subscribe to the channel, big thanks to Joanne Youngblood, Sally Manny, Ross Says What Slots, and Bushi Beto and Vicky's World. You guys are the last 5 subscribers that actually subscribed more recently. So definitely appreciate that. Appreciate everybody that's subscribed here. Look forward to catching up with you guys soon. If you're around here in about an hour, make sure you check out the community tab here on my channel. I have a link there to Daddy Porter's channel where we'll be doing a talk here about all kinds of things. Will founders probably come up? Well, probably, since it's dominated the conversation in many beer circles this week. So if you're freed up, flip over, see what we're talking about, chime in. Catch you guys later. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers.